who's been your biggest influence growing up from different parts of the world?
So I have to start with my parents. I have to start with them.
Yeah.
So my dad listened to a lot of like classical music growing up, and so as you can see on a lot of my videos, my reels and stuff like that, I have that little bit of the classical roots that I slip in there. And I think again with my mom being like a homeschool kid, a lot of my influence comes from the fact that she was very free to try anything. So I think that's where I got a little bit of the freedom to just feel like I could just try whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because our education wasn't very traditional. So again, like math, we went to the store and then we had to calculate things in our head. Like science, we tried to make experiments outside. And then like I had a lot of free time where I could just like try to draw things in the rocks or in the dirt or paint anything. I think the first thing that I remember doing was tattooing all of my dolls' necks with my name. With my name. And I spoke to a friend about this recently, but I think if my mom had responded negatively to that, I probably would not have felt the freedom to continue. But she was like, she didn't respond like any type of way. She was like, oh, interesting, and just let it be. And I think even that like tiny little thing allowed me to feel free to try to create, if that makes sense. So I think that's probably those two things are probably big influences. I also grew up with a family that did a lot of creative work too. I had a neighboring family that was also a homeschool family, and their mom made a lot of quilts. And so she was always like adding different beads and colors and different things like that. And so I think just from the get-go, I had a nice like community of creative people growing up, which is
That's what's up. It just reminded me of that saying that to raise a child up how they want, and then they'll find their way. And that's so true. I mean, even myself, I think my first interaction with music, or not even I think, was my brothers beating on my mom's washer machine trying to make a beat. And if they would have came in and probably yelled at us and scourged us, or said, "Hey, what are you doing? Stop making all that noise," we wouldn't have been so free to be creative and think that we could become stars and then actually manifest it. So to all the parents out there, raise your kids up. When you see them doing creative things, let them be. Don't get don't block that creative juice.